Welcome to another episode of the Jenny Power Show. We are keeping it real. This is episode 6. I'm wearing my hood because this is how I felt today. And I started to say, that's really weird. You can't wear your hood on live TV. And I said, you know what? But this is how I've been feeling. Like I want to hide, like I want to cocoon in, hide from life, but I'm showing up. And so here we are. Take off my hood. Didn't put on any makeup. Didn't do my hair. But here we are. I wanted to share the real journey of everything that I'm going through, which is today, life kicked my ass. I had a few hours of therapy and I've just learned that I have to be me and I have to go for it. And if I want to rock a hood in the beginning of a live video because I think it looks cool and it represents what I'm going through, I'm going to do it. And I was so aware before I hit live, well, what will people think? And you can't really do that. And it's not professional and a million excuses. And I was like, I like it and it's my show. So you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to rock it. I'm not going to do my hair. I'm not going to put on makeup. I'm going to show up in the authentic version of who I am because this is what I want this show to stand for. So this is me walking the walk, living this life, chasing my dreams, getting the shit kicked out of me, getting my sort of dreams twisted and turned and dumped upside down and thrown on the floor. And I'm just here to share the journey that I'm on so that we have a sense of what is real and what is authentic. And when you are living your greatest dream and marching to your best life, there will be days where you just don't feel like it. And today was one of those days. So again, I want this show to be a platform for authenticity, vulnerability, not presenting anything other than exactly who I am today on this Thursday, February 1st, when today was a struggle. So I wanted to share the page in my book, and I shared yesterday that my book, you know, I've sort of followed it and I've kind of wanted to share it in different ways, in different series, in different forms. And this time I really think what's so authentic about the show is that I'm living the journey. I thought today, okay, this is my commitment. Monday through Friday, I'm showing up for this show, exactly who I am, feeling how I'm feeling, sharing what I'm going through, living my truth. And it's incredible to me how a page of my book will pop into my head, and I know that that's what I want to talk about. And I also know that I'm authentically living this journey because my book that I wrote, you know, a while ago is inspiring me. And as I've shared before, it's 100 guiding truths that I truly believe when you are following your heart, when you are living a life on purpose, when you are going after your biggest dreams, when you are aligned with your greatest mission, these truths will show you the way. They are, you know, some days are hard, some days are amazing, some days are full of miracles, others are full of setbacks, and it's just putting one foot in front of the other, as I talked about yesterday, taking one step at a time, saying that you're enough. There's, you know, lessons that we've talked about in the previous 5 episodes, but today, here we are, and this is the journey that I'm on today, in this moment, unfiltered, just showing up as me. And so the truth of my book that I wanted to share today is called Survive the Rain. Today, the rains in my life fell so hard that I could barely breathe. The pain of frustration on this journey, the fear of the unknown, the challenge of not being able to figure out how to live the life that I want and to do all the things that I want to do hit me hard. But I let the tears fall and I weathered the storm. Some days, it is just about surviving the rain. Today, it was for me, and I did. When the rains in your life come, just let them fall. Survive them. Your rainbow is coming. So as you can sense, there's emotion. You know, it's been a really emotional day, a lot of healing, a lot of going deep. And Tracy Litt, who's my mentor, one of my mentors, you know, one of the things she shares is that being an entrepreneur and entrepreneurialism is a journey back to self-trust. And today was shattering so many limiting beliefs. I have an extraordinary therapist. I have an amazing spiritual healer. I have women who are surrounding me, holding me in the space of just some days falling apart and some days, you know, crying for the little girl in me or afraid to step into my light or, you know, releasing these blocks that have been holding me back or keeping me as the version of myself that I've been. And so much about today was this awareness that I realized that I've been who other people want me to be. I think there's, you know, we learn early on in certain formative times, there are journeys that shift how we see ourselves and how we see ourselves in relation to other people and what our role is. And I realize I sometimes feel like I'm responsible for everyone else's happiness, and not in a selfish way, but in a, oh gosh, if they're unhappy, it's my fault. And if they're struggling, my boyfriend had a really hard day today and I couldn't fix it and I couldn't make it better. And it was like, I'm a failure. Like, how can I not do this? And so again, I want this show to be inspirational and uplifting. And part of me is even sitting here and being like, oh, Jenny, this is depressing. This is not really, or, this is a polished and professional show and we talk about, positive, uplifting things. But so often I think that the darkness and the journey and the days that we struggle are not seen and they're not shared. And so I wanted to come on in my authenticity to share about my hard day and to say that there will be days like this. And so I also, want this to be a resource and give you tools to sort of get through those days where you feel like you're just surviving the rain. So this is, again, my workbook, and I never looked at this before. So I want it to be authentic and I want it to be truly what I'm going through. So I read the truth of my book and then the questions, and this is for growth and learning and hopefully inspiration. So as I share these, think about them in your own life and hopefully they inspire you to heal, to grow, to just a journey back to self-trust. Are there times in your life when you have struggled? Yes. Are there times in your life when you feel like the rains have fallen hard? List 3 times. Yes. When I've been hurt by friends, when I struggled deeply financially at a past point in my life and there was so much shame and guilt and embarrassment, and when I fell drunk, actually 4 years ago, God, maybe almost 5 years ago, I was out with friends, had too much to drink, was wearing 5-inch heels, and tripped on the cobblestones in the meatpacking district. And I fell and I broke my nose. And that was the beginning of the hardest year of my life. And I'm sure I'll share more about that. And I already have shared a ton, but the shame and the sadness and the fear of, I screwed up my whole life and really feeling like I had failed and figuratively and metaphorically falling flat on my face. So those 3 times, the rains in my life fell so hard, and it was a really tough stretch. During these times, how did you feel? Like a failure, like I let myself down, betrayed, abandoned, lost, overwhelmed, scared, uncertain, depressed, suicidal at one point. You're really getting the real deal on the show. In the darkness. During these times, did you feel like the rain would never stop? Yes, I felt like the emotional space that I was in would never end and that I couldn't remember a time when I'd been happy, and I couldn't believe that a time when I would be happy again would ever come, or that I would ever heal from these wounds or this pain or these experiences that really knocked me down and sort of shattered different parts of me. During these times, did you feel like the sunshine would ever return in your life? No, as I just shared, it felt like the darkness would never end. Look back at each of these experiences. Did each of these experiences eventually end? Yeah, they did. You think they won't in the moment, but all 3 of those experiences have ended. Can you see that in each experience you were able to survive the rain? Yes, I was. We are strong, and we have to celebrate how strong we are in these moments when no one else sees how hard it is. No one else sees your fears and your darkness and your struggles, and you are alone, and it's you pulling yourself up to believe again. What are the reasons that you were able to survive the rain? List 3 of your strengths. Oh, it's challenging to celebrate ourselves. 3 of my strengths. I am resilient. I will get the shit kicked out of me, and I will get knocked down, and I will get back up. And whether it's, the experiences that I shared, earlier, the 3 things, or having someone reject me, or getting 17 rejections about public speaking opportunities, and have 8 people tell you no about your dreams, and they're too big and they're too scary, and you are crazy to think that you are going to change the world because, I don't know, you haven't yet, and how are you planning on doing that? So, resilience, number 1. 2, 3 of my strengths. I think I've realized how to take care of myself. I think that previously when I struggled, certainly with mental health struggles, I would kind of sit in it and kind of maybe feel sorry for myself and get stuck. And as I've grown and as I've evolved, I know I need to go for a run. I need to get some exercise. I need to surround myself with people that love me. I need to have a great therapist. I need to scream into a pillow. I need to get my emotions out so that they don't stay stuck in me. My 3rd strength. I just think I have this belief that refuses to die. I posted something earlier about the little girl in me who had these big dreams, and I told her I'm not giving up on her and I'm not going to, but I just think I have this indomitable belief in myself, in my dreams, in my capabilities, in my purpose, in my potential for impact. And no matter what I go through, I mean, I wrote my book so many years ago, and I literally thought the next day that Oprah would be buying 1 million copies, because that's how much I believed, and that's how much faith I had in my purpose and my ability to change the world. And Oprah still hasn't found my book. And not that it's only about Oprah, but it's about impact. And my book certainly hasn't reached as many people as I would have hoped. And so I think that we can get so down in the days where it's hard to believe. But my third strength is that I just keep believing no matter what life puts me through. Can you see that you are capable of surviving any rains in your life? Yeah, I just keep going. I just keep believing. I'm resilient. And I've really learned how to take care of myself. You are, and this is for you too, you are incredibly strong. You are capable of surviving any challenge in your life. You always have. Survive the struggles in life. Survive the rain. Your rainbow is coming. So in your life, think about whether it's today, whether it was yesterday, whether it's 8 years ago, 8 minutes ago, times you've struggled, and especially if you're struggling now, remember that these rains will end. Remember that it is temporary. Remember that you are a warrior and you are a goddess, and you are here to thrive and to succeed and to grow and to evolve and to get back up and to not stay down. And no matter what comes at you in life, whatever hurdle, struggle, obstacle, painful experience, painful rejection, heartbreaking end of something, you are a warrior, and you are here to get back up, to survive the rains, to realize that your rainbow, whatever that is, the next relationship, the next, career opportunity, the next friendship, the next version of your physical beauty and the way that you take care of yourself and the woman that you are, that's coming. And so acknowledge the rains. And on the days where you feel like the rains have come, just get through them. Don't set these high expectations. Today I was like, Instagram took me 10 minutes longer than it should have to figure out, and I couldn't figure out the reel, and I had a hard, and I stopped and I said, you know what, Jenny, shoot your show, go live, keep your commitment to you and everyone watching, and that's enough. So survive the rains in your life. Think about the questions that I asked and realize that you are so strong. You are so resilient. You are so capable and worthy, and you've endured so much. And so trust that whatever life throws at you, whatever rains come, you will survive them. And I promise you that your rainbow is coming. So I believe in you. Remember, some days are harder than others. Just get through the rains, because an extraordinary, beautiful, brilliant, best life is waiting for you on the other side. And for me too. Tomorrow's a new day. And today, I survived the rain. See you tomorrow.